So by this point the resin is really getting thick. It is getting difficult to get out the cup actually, it's thickening up that much. And I haven't been taking that long to pour the colours in the mould. Hiya, welcome back to my channel. It's Wendy here from Toonpish Crafts and I hope you're doing okay. Before we go into this week's video, I just want to say that this year I will be at Maker Central. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been waiting 3 years to go to this. So yeah, Maker Central is the last day of April and the first day of May at the NEC Birmingham in the UK. If you're there, come say hi. I'd love to say hi to people, I really would. Anyway, getting back to the video, this week we're going to play around with JDiction Fast Cure again. Now I had a few comments or a few questions. What does JDiction turn like? And I couldn't answer because I really have no idea. So I thought I'll make a couple of pen blanks, use their colours, which are stunning by the way, and you might hear me say that a few times in the video. And yeah, let's see what JDiction turns like. So the colours that I'm using from JDiction are magenta, magic blue, purple and bright gold. First of all, I'm showing you how much colourant I'm putting in each of these mixing cups. I'm not putting a great deal in actually, but the colours are so vibrant you don't need that much. I'm going to be putting about 60 ml of resin in each of these cups. So this amount of colourant is plenty for 60 ml with a handy little spoon that you get from JDiction. So I'm just filling the cups up to roughly 60 ml each. I've made about 240 ml of resin. And I'm going to give them a good stir. Now I'm not stirring fast, although you will see me stirring extremely fast, but that's the magic of videoing. I'm not doing it that fast. I'm actually stirring quite slowly. Now this is JDiction's Fast Cure resin. So I don't have a great deal of time to work with it. But I'm really not stirring this fast. This pink is amazing. The magenta has got such a gorgeous bluey tint to it. So I will be letting this resin sit for a while to warm up. But I haven't got that long a while to wait before it does warm up. So I've got my digital thermometer handy and I keep taking the temperature. This is about 10 minutes after mixing. So already the temperature's around 93. So I give them a stir and I wait just a few minutes longer and now it's at 96. So this was about 17 minutes after first mixing and already it's thickening up. You can see how thick it is when I'm pouring it. Now I've got no real plan for these, but I do want a nice mix of colours. I'm going to do different patterns in each of the blanks and I know the colours will stay separate because the resin is that hot. You saw the amount of powder I put in each of these. It was small, it was a tiny amount. Look at the vibrant colours. I cannot stress how bright these colours are. They are stunning. I do like bright colours, mind you. Some people may not, but I do. And I just love these. So by this point, the resin is really getting thick. It is getting difficult to get out the cup actually, it's thickening up that much. And I haven't been taking that long to pour the colours in the mould. So when I get to a point where 3 of the pen blank moulds are full, I pour the rest of the little bit of resin into the spare blank. And now it's time to manipulate it with a stick. So I'm using a micro brush here where I've removed the brush. And the first one I'm just going up and down the mould. Try not to take too much of the resin out with the stick. And the second one, I'm going to do circles right the way up the mould, and this will bring the colours together and merge with each other in a spiral fashion up the pen blank. That's the plan. And the last one I kind of came back on myself in a kind of up and down wiggly motion don't know how to describe it, but you can see the resin is really thick at this point. So I decided to go right the way up and then right the way down to drag the colours through each other, and just swirled the last one round. This was actually the same day. This was about 8 hours after I poured it. They're solid enough to demould and the colours are stunning. The designs are stunning. Can't believe how gorgeous these have come out. Now I'm not keen on gold, but even the gold one I love with the patterns through it. That will make a lovely pen. And the last one, absolutely gorgeous. Doesn't matter about the blemishes on the outside because they're going to be turned away on the lathe anyway. Now the last piece wasn't even the size of a pen blank, and I was wondering what to do with it, and it was soft enough that I could manipulate it. So after trying a few things, I decided to twist it round like a corkscrew and pop it back into the mould and let it cure up in a twisted place. And luckily it stayed there and it completely cured up in that twisted motion. If you want to see how that one turned out, I'll put a link up in the top right hand corner. So I drill them, I put the centres in, I pop them onto a pen roundel and I put them on the lathe. Now anybody who knows me knows I'm a new turner. This is not an instructional video on how to turn. I'm not that confident, I'm not that good, I am new. I've only had a lathe since last August, so I'm not that confident in showing you how to do things. However, I thought it would be fun for you to see how I've turned a pen. I have shown you before, but I really enjoy the process and I thought you'd like a little snippet from start to finish. Speed it up, mostly at times 16 for your ease of viewing. The sanding, obviously, I will only show you a little tiny bit because that's so tedious for anybody to see. But the outcome, I think, is worth knowing how it got there. So this is a Delta kit from Taylor's Murfield. I'll put the link in the description below. Their kits are really adorable. This is a two-part pen, so one pen blank is cut in half and part of it will be the bottom and part of it will be the top. I do try to make my pens as thin as possible. A lot of people don't like really fat chunky pens, so trying to make them really thin I think makes them look more attractive to people, in my opinion. But some people might like really chunky pens. There are kits available for really chunky pens, but this kit is not one of those. This kit is designed for thinner pieces. So I'm taking the blank right the way down to a really nice thin size, as thin as I dare without going through it completely. And this resin turns like a dream. It doesn't chip out at all. This is about a fortnight since I poured the blank. I didn't turn them straight away, so they did have time to properly cure up, and it turns beautifully. It's like butter. It's one of the best resins I've turned, and I haven't turned that many, I must admit, but it's gorgeous. With the sanding, I started at 240 grit. There was no point in going any higher than that. It didn't need harsh sanding. It was quite easy to sand, really. Once I'd given it a clean down with denatured alcohol or methylated spirits, whatever you want to call it, it's time to use Yorkshire grit, the wet sanding system, and it does reduce the sanding quite considerably. I know I've said this before, but it is a great product. And once I've done the Yorkshire grit, it's then time for Yorkshire grit microfine. This is the way I sand. I do have the micro mesh pad set, and I do use them for small pieces that are not on the lathe, and they are really good. But I do find this way a lot quicker when you're using the lathe. It's just the way I prefer it. Then to shine it up, I use micro crystalline wax from Chestnut Products. Again, it's not the only way to shine up resin, but it's the one I'm using at the moment and I prefer it. There are plenty of other ways, including car polish and all sorts. The colours of these pens are stunning. They are gorgeous. The JDiction pigments are absolutely gorgeous in this kind of thing. They're bright, they're vibrant, they mix well together, and that JDiction resin just turns like a dream. Absolutely, for those who wanted to know what JDiction was like for resin turning, it's stunning, it's great. I would totally recommend it. Now, I do have a 10% off for JDiction, and that's not the reason I'm saying it's great. It's great because I think it's great, and that's it. But if you want the JDiction 10% off code, I'll put it on the screen now. Thanks so much for watching this one. I really appreciate your views and your comments. Have a great week. Come back and see me next week because you never know what I'm going to be up to. I'm not a turn-in channel, I'm just a resin and artwork channel. So yeah, you never know what I'm going to be up to.